Hello, dear friends. I greet you all over the world, and I welcome you to Biafra Universal TV. This moment is very important that you understand where you are standing. It's very important for you to know whom you are. I found it imperative to present this broadcast to you. It will make you distinguished. It will make you honorable member of Biafra sovereign nation. It will guide you and give you a yardstick to stand on your right. Without further intimidation, without molestation, and without destruction. The earlier be better that we understand the sons or the son of whom we are. Let us collectively stop beating about the bush. I believe that this is a momentous time for every relevant Biafrans to understand how Nigeria have bastardized Igbo race. Nigeria government made up of Hausas and Yorubas have made, mockery of Igbos in Nigeria. And I think that it is high time for those with high temper, very influential, very intellectual, very coordinated, to comport themselves and condescend on one idea for the emancipation of Biafrans from mental slavery in the hands of demented witches and wizards called political class in Nigeria. Understand me. My English is not too high for you to understand. And if you wouldn't mind, I would like to bring my grammatical standard to a layman understanding. Because some of you, most of the time, tries to make nonsense of us who broadcasts on the social media. Within you, you think that we didn't go to school. We didn't attend any school. We don't have certificate. And that's why our zealousness or enthusiasm ends on making noise or ranting, or you may call it rattling on the social media. But may I use this opportunity to inform those who have looked down on the Biafran broadcasters for Biafra agitation. Understand that we all are learned, we are lettered, Some of us, when we bring out our credential, it will dawn on you that we are not supposed, by any means, to come outside here to say anything, because we command and compel respect. Looking at our educational attainment or qualification, because none of these politicians can be able to read what we have read. And today, we humbly solicited for peace and stability in the amalgamated country, full of controversial deception, malfactor, and malviolence. If you wouldn't mind, we are well articulated and mentally arranged, composed to oppose every circumstances and illegal troubleshooters, ready to confront every mayhem and those sorcerers, vampires, bloodsucker demons that comprises and made up of the contraction called Nigeria. We are well equipped, mentally sound, mentally capable, and with all due respect, I can tell you that we have the verisimilitude to prove our claims that we are not politicians and we don't want to be politicians. What we are seeking for is for freedom, peace, and tranquility of the whole amalgamated zoological republic of animal kingdom. Because we value lives and properties. We are not looking at money. Everything on earth will finish. What will remain is a human being. Reason is that God did not create money, but God recognized the existence and importance of money. So we don't love money, but we like money. We love our fellow human beings, such as Biafrans number one in our agenda. Our loves, or my personally love, for Biafrans and Igbos is uniquely unique. Is conspicuously contagious. If you can be able to fathom the quantum or the magnitude of love I have for my people, and this had made me to display or manifest my magnanimity and sympathy over each one of Biafrans, knowing it too well that life is more important than money. You cannot buy life with money. Otherwise, people who have died wouldn't have died, because they have the money but they could not buy their lives back from death. For your information, my listeners, imbibe the spirit of wisdom and don't sell it. Try to maintain your integrity by standing on fidelity. Your standard for truth speaking is very, very cardinal. And cardinally, this moment, I want to say categorically that every Biafran is valued to me than money. I rather spend my last kobo on Biafran people than to keep the money and watch any Biafra dead. As it stands this day, yes, many of you don't know me, but I know some politicians know me in Nigeria, and I believe that many politicians today in Nigeria listening to me. What is going on in Nigeria today is not ought to be. Looking at the wondrous work of the Almighty God in that particular land or on that particular land called Nigeria. God wondrously and wonderfully created Nigerians. For your information, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate any Nigerian. They know me very well. When I enter Italy, United States of America, Georgia, India, Japan, Germany, Paris, Canada, and so on and so forth. They see me as one father, one mother, every Nigerian. And we have good rapport and mutual understanding. Sometimes we go into the discussion on how the country we are coming from can be useful and reasonable for the betterment of tomorrow, for how the atmosphere of Nigeria can be conducive, because we are business magnates. Some of us are doing well, or virtually all of us are doing well. So, but we come to discover that Nigeria have no problem. That the problem of Nigeria are those who are claiming to be the fathers and the founders and the political fathers and political grandfathers in Nigeria. They are the ones who have jeopardized Nigeria and mar the good reputation of Nigerians all over the world. And it is very sad for you to come to discover that you are not practically relevant. Meanwhile, you know what you are doing, but others are indirectly or directly disrupting, you know, counterfeiting your original effort. Fellow Biafrans, ladies and gentlemen, the time to joke have passed. This 21st century, there is no time for jesting. We must be serious as a matter of fact by taking the bull by the horn, removing the chaffs from the wheat. By so doing, we can stand as a people and make life better in Biafra land. Like I said, I repeat and quote, every Ijaw man is very important to me. Every Yoruba man is important. Every Hausa man is important. Igbo people are my dearest people. No segregation, no tribalism, no ostracism. All right? In God's eyes, we are one, and we have equal right to be treated as human beings. But the problem fundamentally from the cradle of Nigerian's catastrophe was born to rule and born to serve attitude, humiliation and intimidation, claiming that Igbos in Nigeria are servitude and destitute. And this is why they are being depressed and oppressed. And at the same time, being decapitated. Some of you may like what I'm saying this moment. Some of you may not like it. But permit me to say once more that Nigeria has no problem. What we call problem is high mentality and low mentality. And the people who claim to have high mentality, they are the landlords of Nigeria. They are bundles of non-entities. Educationally, they are nowhere to be found. They are carrying fabricated certificates up and down. And we can see it even in the case of the current Nigeria self-acclaimed president, that the way he said he attended school wasn't true. And on his certificate, what you will see is a woman, not a man. And he claimed to do his youth corps in Nigeria when Nigeria doesn't have any YC. That is National Youth Service Corps. So, believe you me, that if the youths of Nigeria will properly educate themselves, they will come to the realization that all the youths in Nigeria of different race and language and color, that we are all one, that the problems the whole Nigeria is having is corrupted and electing or elected and outdated and expired old men and women to lead us. Somebody who cannot remember what you discussed with him past 5 minutes is being elected as a president of Nigeria, elected as a governor, a senator. Tell me what that person have to offer you. He has gone into what we call mentally deranged. None of Nigerian politicians that is less than 70 years, 80 years, 90 years to 100. He will be walking. You see security officers guiding him around so that when he will fall, they will choke him front and back, left and right and center, so that he will not reach ground. For instance, Tinubu fell down on the parade ground in Ego Square, Abuja, on the day of Nigeria celebration of independence. Hit his head on the vehicle of the parade and on the ground. How can you be inside the vehicle you fall down? Ask yourself a question. I'm taking you somewhere. Don't take me for granted. This is not the time of royal greetings, because the more you mellow down, the more they crush you. You are nothing to them, but you are somebody to me. For the interest of peace and amicability, Nigeria should disintegrate. Let every group go to his region where he's coming from. Manage your country, manage your people. If your people allow you to be their president, go ahead. Where I'm heading to this moment is that protest is not the solution of Nigeria problem. That you are protesting. And what is the obvious reason or the cardinal reason why you are protesting? You say you are hungry. Nigerians are protesting of hunger strike, starvation, no food, no water, no light, no good road, no hospital. Salary workers are not being paid. The money is there. One person confiscated it, diverted it into his fund or account. And the people who the money were meant to are dying. Show me justice. go round, excavate the ground, and tell me that I'm a liar. I'm not being tribalistic. But what you should understand is that you must love what belongs to you. I love Biafrans. I love Igbo people. They are my people. And the only thing that will help us and save us from this heinous and tyrannic and oligarchy people is only disintegration of the nation. Why protest will not solve any problem is because Nigeria is not one. Igbos, Hausas, and Yorubas are not one. We are not one in culture. We are not one in tradition. We are not one in custom. We are not one in behavior. Wearing of clothes or dressing, we are not one. All right? Igbos are being known with dressing in modest apparel. Anyhow you like, look at it. There is every verisimilitude or similitude of what I'm saying. Example, when they were targeting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to kidnap him, they said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is living a luxurious life. He entered planes and adorned himself with a costly apparels. You know what it means? He is not wretched. He doesn't look wretched. He wears costly materials and he moved from one plane to another, flying all over the world, living a vast life, a flamboyant life. Some of you have forgotten what I'm saying. It was a Fulani government that are making all this noise. How can you compare a Fulani man with an Igbo man in dressing, in education, in population, popularity, civilization? Get me correct. In finance, when you talk of money, I'm telling you, we have billionaires and trillionaires and millionaires. We are not servitude. And we are not devoid of anything. We don't lack anything. And there is clear prerequisites of what I'm saying. It's on ground. The prerequisites are on ground. So what I'm telling you this moment is that there is a serious tussle in this demonstration of Nigeria protest, Nigeria national protest. Are you getting it now? Peter Obi is saying that every Igbo man is free to participate in the Nigeria demonstration. Peter Obi. Provided you are an Igbo man, you are free to participate. So what does he mean? And the other crook, Hope Uzodinma from Imo State, the court administrator of Imo State, says that Igbos don't suppose to participate, that no Igbo man should participate in this nationwide protest. He gave his reasons that Igbos are being marginalized, ostracized, tribalized. Igbos are not recognized. Igbos' rights in Nigeria are being deprived by Nigeria government at all time. But when you listen to him, it sounds as if he is making sense. Why I said it sounds as if he is making sense is when you look at his personal character and conduct towards Imo State citizens, you will discover that Hope Uzodinma hated his people so much. There is no single love in his heart or mercy on the citizens of Imo State, which I believe that God will not forgive him. Even if he reincarnated, there will be no forgiveness for him. For the atrocities, animosities, wardoms that he committed against the good citizens of Imo State in the name of politics. Burying people alive. And he thought that nobody knows. And today, he is talking as if he loves or he loved Igbos. Now, let me ask you a question. When Peter Obi opened his mouth, see how Nigeria, he said he is one Nigeria. Biafra have died 50 years ago. See how one Nigeria he is, made his mouth to look like. See how his face, the visage of his face, and the form of his face was rumpled, changed, and he was deformed, not look like a human being. One Nigeria, put to him the way he is. Peter Obi cries day and night, he weep. I'm telling you the truth. He will not forget the experience of the lesson that Nigeria taught him in February 25th February 2023. It was a lesson that he will never forget until he joins his ancestors. So now, if he is saying that every woman must participate in the nationwide protest coming, according to them, I'm not sure. So what actually propelled him making that statement? And where does he belong? If you are reasonable, you must ask Peter Obi, where do you hail from? Is it the land of Biafra you say that have died 50 years ago you are coming from? Or you are Nigerian? Why not go to Nigeria? Go to Nigeria. You know where Nigeria country is. Quickly, I'm making this video For those who refuse to use their tongue to count their teeth, to understand that Nigeria as a nation is a scam. Nigeria is a scam. To say that you are one Nigeria or there's a place called Nigeria is a scam. There's no any place like Nigeria. No place. Nigeria is vanished. Look at Wike. Name Wike. Listen to his statement. Full of anger and irritation. Very provocative. These are the people who have finally ganged up for the final burial of Nigerian nation. Wike have issued threat, but don't call it a threat, because if you will remember, you will understand what Wike did in Obibo. You will understand over 3,000 people Wike killed in Port Harcourt because of Biafra issue, Biafra nation. And Wike have told you he is the Minister of Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, FCT. That if you are protesting whatever you are protesting, you should not encroach Abuja. You should not step your foot inside Abuja. If you know that you still love yourself and love your life. What a wonderful minister of FCT. I'm updating your mind serially and systematically so that you will not say you don't know. I'm very dynamic when I'm talking. As you have been pre-informed that you are not allowed to trespass into Abuja by Wike, what did you people say? And this is why I'm telling you that protest is not the solution for Nigeria problem, and at the same time, protest cannot bring peace and unity to Nigeria anymore. Tinubu have told you, if you want to die, come to Abuja and protest. The only solution is let Yorubas go their way, let Igbos go their way, and let Hausas go their way. The ill mind and maltreatment, against Igbos is too much. So if you cannot penetrate to FCT for protest, what are you doing? And this tells you are doing a different thing. Some people are doing a different thing. Let me quickly inform you that many Nigerian youths supported Tinubu's government. Looking at it properly, you will understand. They have come out and let you know, all right, that they are the ones who make Tinubu to be the president of Nigeria. And for this reason, they have the right to control him at will. Listen, former Kano State Governor Ganduje, he made it clear that the marginalization and ostracization or ostracism, the tribalism or tribalistic attitude being displayed on Igbos is a welcome idea founded and found by the collective effort of Nigerians. So on the other hand, it's telling you that there's nothing anybody can do about it. And there is no Igbo man that can stop what Nigeria have decided to do to them. Nigeria have made up their mind that provided they are together, Igbos will not see good thing. That's what Ganduje was trying to tell you. And no Igbo man can speak anything and say anything. No Igbo man can fight for it. And after that silly statement he made, I have not heard of Hanez and Igbo. They say they are socio-cultural leaders and this and that. These are the people you expected that when condition of things get deteriorated for Igbos in Igbo land, that will stand on the behalf of Igbos to speak on their behalf for their favor, for them to be completely, emancipated from that relegation and wrong objections that those figurehead people have pushed them into. Where are the Igbo politicians? Where are their brains? Okamuta, the praise Charles Soludo Okamuta, professor. What did you learn in the school from the crèche to your professorship? Tell me. You only acquire certificate without natural wisdom. Display your wisdom and save your people at this dangerous moment. You rather supported criminals, state actors, terrorists, fallen herdsmen, and dubious people and drug addicts to marginalize and suppress, intimidate and kill your own people. Remember, one day you will die and you will not bury yourself and you will never rest in peace because your animosity is on a higher level. Generally, what Charles Soludo has done to an Amberians is applicable to all the governors in Southeast. All of them have, through one way or the other, subjugated and relegated everyone that come from Igbo land. Their governors are their oppressors because if they don't allow the invaders, they will not penetrate. Example, Hope Uzodinma always call Buhari and tell him to send more soldiers with more sophisticated weapons to kill Imo State people until we rise against it, until we stand our ground, until we say enough is enough. until we call a spade, until we decided that somebody must go for others to be alive and be comfortable, until we decided that when you kill us, we will kill you. Then Nigeria, in an entity, military terrorists, decided to restrain from their illegal activities functioning in Igbo land. But yet, they have not all evacuated. But I promise you, if they don't move, we shall move them. Fellow Biafrans, listen. If you want to participate in a nationwide protest in Nigeria, arm yourself. Be ready to die. But your death is meaningless because it will not bring a Biafra nation and it will not bring peace in Nigeria. It will never bring unity in Nigeria. It will not remove the hatred that Nigerians have on Igbos. And there will be no mutuality. Companionship is lost. No trust in east, north, south, and west, and center. So for this reason, I will kindly advise you to see how you can protect yourself and your family from the impending danger. Tinubu is not a leader and is not a president of any country. Aso Rock is empty. The people you found there are cabals. Tinubu alone is a Jagaban, and Jagaban cannot defeat cabals. So, but we are watching. Our eyes are on the ball rolling. In case of emergency or eventuality, we will strike. Because Igbos shall not die again by the hands of Nigerian military terrorists in Nigeria. If you have decided to kill Igbo people as a Nigerian, also write your will, because you will not go back alive to Nigeria. On the other hand, Biafrans, congregate and fight for your right. Biafra nation is your right. Self-determination is not a crime. Freedom is what the whole world needs. Stop joining those who hate you to fight for nothing. Nigeria is nothing. Come together and fight for what belongs to you legally. Biafra is your nation. And whosoever that doesn't like Biafra land and Biafrans should quit, should leave. Because we are not the same. And we can never be the same. And all the Igbo Nigerians should leave Igbo land and go back to Nigeria. Because heavy rain is about to fall. For this reason, we cannot leave our clothes outside to be wet with rain.